Did you know that the Bible holds hidden stories that connect ancient African kingdoms to our roots? Get ready to uncover how powerful kings and queens of Africa, with rich dark skin, shaped history, and why these accounts were forgotten by the rest of the world. Let's dive together into these ancestral narratives, still etched in the heart of Africa, waiting to be revealed and understood. Don't miss this fascinating journey where the past comes to life in a surprising way. These are stories of resilience, strength, and cultural pride that span generations. Before we delve into the heart of our main content, according to biblical tradition, all of humanity today descends from Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This includes individuals of African descent, whose lineage, according to these ancient scriptures, can be traced back to Ham, one of Noah's sons. Shem and Japheth, Ham's brothers, are recognized as the progenitors of other ethnic groups. Shem representing the Semitic peoples, which include Arabs, Jews, and Syrians, while Japheth is seen as the forefather of the Indo-European and Asian peoples. Ham, however, is distinctly identified as the ancestor of Africans and those with darker skin tones. The Bible frequently associates Ham's name with Africa, making it a cornerstone for understanding the biblical connection to African peoples. In fact, in the book of Psalms, Ham is directly linked to the ancient Egyptians. Not only does the Bible make these connections, but ancient Jewish traditions, along with other historical sources, also attribute African ancestry to Ham. His descendants are recorded in the genealogical listings found in the book of Genesis, particularly in chapter 10, verses 6 to 14. This passage outlines the lineage of Ham's children, among whom are Cush, who became the forefather of many African peoples, and Mizraim, from whom the ancient Egyptians are said to have descended. It is interesting to note that the name Mizraim is still used by many groups, including Arabs, Jews, and Syrians, to refer to Egypt, demonstrating the enduring legacy of these names. Cush, the first son of Ham, holds a significant place in this genealogy. He is recognized as the progenitor of the Ethiopian and Nubian peoples, who share a deep-rooted history and a common origin. These are not just abstract figures. They represent entire nations and communities whose existence is intertwined with the legacy of Cush. Over the centuries, Cush's descendants established powerful kingdoms, and their influence can be traced across vast stretches of the African continent, from Ethiopia to Sudan and beyond. In biblical texts, the name Cush is often synonymous with regions in Africa, particularly those that are now recognized as Ethiopia and Sudan. Furthermore, another of Ham's sons, Put, is regarded as the ancestor of the Libyans and several other African groups. It is here that we begin to see how diverse and widespread Ham's descendants became, influencing regions and cultures far beyond their original homeland. However, one of the most misunderstood aspects of Ham's legacy comes from the often misinterpreted story of the so-called Curse of Ham, or more accurately, the Curse of Canaan. In the book of Genesis, chapter 9, this narrative unfolds when Noah, after becoming drunk, was disrespected by his son Ham. The story has often been used as a justification for various misconceptions, but in reality, the curse was placed on Canaan, Ham's son, and not on Ham himself or his other descendants. This distinction is critical, as the curse was never meant to apply to all African peoples. Despite these misconceptions, Ham's other children, Cush, Mizraim, and Put, are widely believed to be the ancestors of various African and black populations. The Bible, through its genealogical records, connects these descendants to some of the most influential ancient African civilizations, including the Egyptians, Ethiopians, and other African nations. Yet, while the Bible provides a narrative, it's important to approach these stories with an understanding of their historical and cultural contexts. The accounts found in biblical scripture reflect the perspectives and beliefs of ancient times and should be viewed within that framework. While the Bible is an essential historical document, it is not the sole source for understanding the origins of Black and African peoples. Scholars have long used a variety of tools, ranging from archaeology to linguistics, genetics, and oral traditions, to piece together the rich and complex history of these peoples. Our knowledge of the past is constantly evolving, and as new discoveries are made, it is vital to continue research and engage in dialogue that helps us better understand the migrations, cultural developments, and origins of Black and African populations. These studies provide a broader perspective that complements the biblical accounts, offering a more nuanced understanding of history. It's crucial to recognize that interpreting the Bible in a way that suggests African people were cursed is a serious error and a misinterpretation of the text. The Bible makes it clear that the individual cursed was Canaan, not Ham or all of his descendants. Ham, who is considered the ancestor of African and South Indian peoples, lived a remarkably long life, spanning several generations. Though the exact details of Ham's lifespan are not specified, it is believed that he lived for around 600 years or possibly even longer. His life and legacy left an indelible mark on history, but many questions remain about the final resting place of this influential figure. The location of Ham's burial is still shrouded in mystery, with scholars and researchers proposing various possibilities. Some suggest that his tomb may lie in Ethiopia or Nubia, while others believe he could be buried in Mesopotamia, where the Sumerians lived. However, the prevailing belief is that Ham's final resting place is in Africa, most likely in Sudan or Ethiopia. Some even speculate that he might be buried in Egypt, a land rich with ancient secrets and the ongoing discovery of millennia-old tombs. These speculations reflect the enduring mystery surrounding Ham's life and death. The Book of Jubilees, an ancient Jewish manuscript once considered authoritative during the time of Christ, offers further insights into Ham's later years and the events surrounding Noah's family. It describes how Ham's son, Canaan, defied his father and brother's wishes by settling in the land of Shem, now known as Israel. Despite Ham and his other sons opposing this decision, Canaan chose to remain in the land, leading to further conflict. The Book of Jubilees also mentions that Ham was the first to establish a city after the flood, naming it after his beloved wife. These details, while adding depth to Ham's story, also highlight the cultural and historical context in which these ancient texts were written. As we explore these narratives, it is essential to approach them with care and consideration for their historical context. The Bible, while a foundational text, is complex and multi-layered. It is crucial to avoid misinterpretations that perpetuate harmful or erroneous beliefs, especially when they concern entire groups of people. By engaging with these stories thoughtfully, we can gain a deeper understanding of their meaning and significance. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope this discussion has provided you with new insights into the Bible and its connections to the ancient peoples of Africa. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing and clicking the notification icon to stay updated on future episodes. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the critical issues and fascinating stories found within the pages of the Bible.